Hello everybody, it's Jennifer. I'm the owner of mycrystalbliss.com, the subscription box that you are a part of that you will be getting later next week and have maybe already gotten a few times. So wanted to pop on and do a Facebook Live with you to just give you more information and to interact with you a little bit more and see where we're at. So I'm sitting in my lovely, beloved summer porch with, I don't know if you can see my sparkly lights, but I love my sparkly lights, and I have a day bed here, and this is where I do a lot of my creating and visioning in the summer, actually. It's a little bit of a magical space for me. So hopefully you can feel that and feel the energy that I am pulling together behind not only the box but this broadcast as well. And I'm not sure how many of you will actually tune in, but I will be posting this on the main website member page as well, so all the members can see it later. If you do have questions, whether you're watching live or watching the replay, feel free to post them at any time and I will answer questions as best I can. So tonight we are going to talk about how to actually work with crystals as far as incorporating them into your life, as to how to use them. And there's so many different ways to do that. Hi Tammy, thanks for joining. There's so many different ways that you can work with crystals, and we're going to talk more specifically tonight, just real quickly, about how to actually use them, some concrete physical ways to actually use them. And of course there is so much more to working with crystals, and if you subscribe to a 6-month box, you should get access or have access to my online crystal course, which tells you all of that. There are lots of things lots of places that you can learn about working with crystals as well. You can always shoot me questions as well. So hi Natalie too. So thank you for joining. So I have a couple list items of how to incorporate crystal energy into your life. And as I was thinking about it this afternoon, the first thing that really popped into my head was something that I did years and years ago and was just reminded of not long ago actually, of keeping a crystal journal. It's kind of a concrete way to see how you change and how things happen with working with crystals. So what does a crystal journal mean? So it means grab a notebook. I personally like handwriting it better. You can do it digitally if you want to, but handwriting it I think is a better way to get in touch with your intuition and your feelings and to be able to look back in a little easier way. So grab a notebook, pick one crystal, and either do it one crystal a day, one crystal a week. You choose your time frame. Do 3 days, whatever you want it to be. Before you start working with the crystal, just write the date on it, make some notes about where you're at in your life, how you're feeling, and note how you feel mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You can break those down however you want to, and then just work with the crystal and see how it goes. Remember that it's subtle energy, which I will talk about in a couple minutes, and that changes can be really subtle. But as you are working with the crystal, take notes either every night before you go to sleep or when you wake up in the morning. Just note any changes that you might feel, whether you know it's related to the crystal or not. You might feel more peaceful, more calm. You might feel more agitated, whatever it might be. It might not be related to the crystal, but note those things anyways, and just use it to gauge where you're at. Working with crystals really takes time. It takes a lot of consistency and keeping a regular schedule, so to speak. That's not really the right word, but working with the crystal in the same way for a long period of time just really helps your body and your spirit adjust to that crystal energy. So when you're working with your crystal journal, just be sure to note any changes. And you might want to try writing it when you start with the crystal, note mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and then let it go. Don't write anything. Don't think about it. Don't sit there and wonder, is this crystal working? Do I feel this crystal? Do I feel the energy? Let it all go, and then, but still work with it. Keep it with you. Carry it in your pocket, in your purse, have it in your space, whatever it might be. And then 3 days later, a week later, or at the end of the day, or whatever, sit quietly, tune in, and just feel, how have you changed? Do you notice any differences in mental, physical, emotional, spiritual? And write those down. It's really interesting to note how things can change. That's one way to do it. You can also sit with it, do what I just said, write mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, and then the next day, write about changes you feel in your body. Like, do you feel sensations? Do you feel hot or cold? Do you feel tingling? Do you feel subtle pressure? Do you feel a certain pain somewhere? Notice little subtle things like that. Do you start seeing colors when you close your eyes, when you hold the crystal? Hold the crystal and just tune into your body and see what you feel, and write those things down in the crystal journal. It'll really help you see what changes are happening, really help you more tune in to the crystal energy as well, and notice where you're at with that. And just notice these subtle shifts. You can, with your crystal journal, you can also sit and just doodle. I'm trying to decide if I want to tell you a story. So I have a friend that lives in Sweden who's soon moving to France, or already has. Anyways, she's an artist, and she does doodling just by tuning into the energy of what's around and what's going on. And she does these beautiful drawings, and it's similar to, I think it's called Zendala drawing, where you tune in and just draw whatever you feel. But do it your own way. And maybe you just want to tune into the energy and feel the crystal and just draw whatever you feel. Get colors out, get colored pencils out, get markers or paints out. Working with crystal energy can be really creative and really fun. So do it in a way that feels good for you. It might be tuning in, sitting with your journal, feeling the crystal, and doing some channeling, feeling messages come in from the crystal and writing those, doing automatic writing. There are so many ways you can do this. So I hope that all makes sense. And I know I said it earlier, but I will just repeat again. If you do have questions, certainly shoot questions out to me, whether you're watching live or the replay, and I will answer them as best I can. So we talked about consistency. So play with the crystal journal. I would love to hear your feedback about that and how that goes for you, and what changes you notice. So consistency is key. And remember that working with crystal energy is subtle healing. There are so many layers of energy and vibration and physics and energetic things that way with crystals and stones, that we're not always going to get these grand, huge, oh my gosh, I feel this amazing lightness in my heart. We might, which would be awesome if you did, but it's pretty subtle energy healing, and it can take time. So having that consistency is certainly going to help with how you feel crystal energy and how you bring it into your life. So how are some other ways that you can bring that crystal energy into your life and work with it on a day-to-day basis? The few obvious things that aren't always obvious to people are carry crystals in your pockets. I usually have crystals in my pocket. I pick one intuitively every day and just carry it with me for whatever I might need that day. Either I choose it intuitively, or if I know I need grounding, I pick a grounding stone. If I know I need energy healing and a little energy boost, I'll grab a crystal for that, or whatever it might be. You can put them in your purse if you're female and carry a purse. If you're a guy and you carry a fanny pack or whatever it might be, throw it in there, or a backpack. Have them on as jewelry. That energy is certainly with you all the time as you're wearing jewelry. I have opal with me all the time. Have it in your space. Put crystals in your bedroom, in your office, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, in your workspaces, wherever you might want that crystal energy for whatever your intention is for that room or that space. You can have crystals in your car. I had a friend, and it seems like I told this story at a live class I had recently. So I had a friend years ago that in the Twin Cities here worked and lived probably like a 15 to 20 mile distance away from her home and work. And when she would drive home, she would have to stop halfway, take a quick like 5 or 10 minute nap in the car in a parking lot to close her eyes, because partially she was getting really drained from her work, but she just couldn't focus enough to get all the way home. And she said, "Jennifer, what do I need? I need a crystal." And so I suggested hematite. She ended up getting a big hematite sphere, put it underneath her seat in her car, and the very first day that she did that, she could drive all the way home without having to stop and take a nap. It's all of like a 15-20 minute drive, but she would have maybe a half an hour in traffic. But she would have to stop. That first day she had the hematite, she didn't have to stop and take a nap because the hematite really grounded her in, helped her focus, helped kind of disperse some of that energy from her workspace that was just chaotic and challenging, and she didn't want to carry it with her any longer. And it just helped her do that, and she kept it in her car, I know, as far as I know, for quite a while. She eventually quit the job not long thereafter, but I know she kept the stone in her car. Maybe she still has it. I'm not sure. I should ask her, actually. So there are certainly lots of ways like that you can work with crystals, bringing them into your car. So what else? Energy healing is another great way to work with crystals and stones, to bring that energy of a crystal into your body, into your spirit, into your technically I shouldn't say physical healing, but into your energetic field. And whether you practice energy healing or not, whether you know Reiki or healing touch or whatever it might be, we're all healers. We all have that capability, and it can be as simple as asking God, the universe, spirit, whatever, to send you healing and love. I personally think focusing on love is enough energy healing that we all need. But I still do Reiki. I still do other energy healing as well, and crystal healing. So sit with a crystal, grab a crystal, whether you know what it's for or not. Go intuitively, pick what you might need, and just sit with it on your heart. Maybe your heart needs some healing. Grab a rose quartz and sit with it on your heart, just in quiet meditation. You can sit with it there while you're watching TV. You don't have to be totally just focused on the crystal. If you're feeling overwhelmed or tired, grab a smoky quartz and just hold it either at your heart or at your solar plexus. When I'm stressed and just feel lots of chaos around me, I grab a big, huge smoky quartz celestial and I hold onto it kind of like a blanket. I grab onto it like this and hold it close to my heart because it helps calm me and just make me feel a little more safe and protected and grounded. So just do it intuitively. If you know you need energy healing, say in your knee is giving you some pain. Oops, so I almost knocked something over. Grab a quartz point and point it towards your knee. And just intend that whatever energy healing you need goes to that point through the crystal on your body. It could be an emotional thing, and just intend that that crystal that you're holding go to help soothe this issue or activate an issue or, whatever it might be. So I hope that makes sense. You can, and that kind of bleeds into just use it in meditation. Meditation can be as simple as sitting with the crystal and that's it. Just sit with it. No noise, no nothing. Just let everything go. Let all your thoughts go and just sit with it and see what happens. You can do guided meditations, guided visualizations holding crystals. You can listen to audio meditations if you need to, or there's lots of great ones on YouTube as well. So just taking that time and space to tune in and to be quiet helps us feel and take in that crystal energy a little easier. So I hope that makes sense. So there are certainly lots and lots more ways you can work with crystals. Put them in your plants to help them grow. Put them out in your garden to help the plants grow, or to put a little protection barrier around your property. In my house, inside the house, I have quartz crystals, I think, in each corner of my house, plus on my property on each corner. And I live in a big brick house. You can see a little bit of the brick there. And rock, it's actually big tumbled rocks in the front part of it. It's a 1926 house. And people feel that too when they come here. They go, oh, your house is so calm and so quiet. Part of it is the rock energy that I live in a rock house. But I also have intentionally put crystals in the corners of my home and my office and my bedroom and wherever I might feel that I want either clearing. In my bedroom, I have all selenite because I want to be really clear when I'm sleeping. In my office, I have selenite and citrine and rose quartz for abundance and love all the time. So tune in for yourself what you might need and what you want to use in your spaces like that. So I feel like I've just talked a lot and I don't have my water with me. So with all of this, your intention is everything. If you intend that you feel crystal energy, you most likely will feel crystal energy. Your intention for keeping your space clear through the crystals is everything. Having your intention be to attract a new relationship with the work of crystals is everything. And I say intention is everything with your entire life, not just with working with crystals and stones. So I hope that makes sense. And there's so much more information I could say just about intention, and maybe I will someday. But for now, what we intend comes to life. Our thoughts create our reality. So if we believe that crystal energy works, it is going to work. So hi, Tally. Thanks for joining. Even though I am just finishing up, so I hope you can go back and watch the replay. So I think that's about it. And if you do have questions, certainly post them at any time. It doesn't have to be live now. You can post them after you've watched it. Watch the replay. And there was something else I was going to tell you that just popped into my head, but now it disappeared. So, to be sure to read the comments. So, thank you, everybody, and I am so grateful to all of you for being a participant in my Crystal Bliss. It would not happen without you. And I'm getting really excited about this month's box and pulling it together and getting things created for you for it. And certainly send me feedback. I would love your input at any time. And if you have ideas about other products as well, like specific brands that you want, or even just general, hey, how about putting some of these in the box? Let me know. So I'm certainly open to ideas. So it's still going to bug me. There was one other thing I was going to tell you, but it just left my brain. So if I think of it later, I will comment and let you know. So thanks, everybody, and post your questions. And I had said at some point that I will do regular Facebook Lives for the group, which is true. I just have to get my calendar together in the next day or two and get those scheduled, and then I will post those in the group, and we'll probably make an event page for them, maybe, so that we can do that. And if you have ideas about what you would like to see in the group as well, as far as Facebook Live topics, let me know. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great night, and we will see you all again soon. Bye.